to the mixer, from my fingers to the fader. Raise your hands up to the speakers. You are here to entertain us. From the DJ to the mixer, from my fingers to the fader. Raise your hands up to the speakers, because this is for the ragers. From the DJ to the mixer, from my fingers to the fader. Raise your hands up to the speakers. You are here to entertain us.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the January 2021 TCNewTech pitch event, first pitch event of the new year. And we're broadcasting live from the 20 Fathoms offices in the beautiful Bayview Professional Building in Traverse City. And we are so glad that you're here. This is our 10th online-only event, and we hope that you are still able to make virtual connections through TCNewTech, and feel free to chat, use the chat to connect with friends, old and new, and post any relevant community announcements that you have too. We'll go ahead and get started. Our schedule tonight is that we have one public service announcement from a young woman from Traverse City that has a great idea that she's launching and looking for some assistance with. And then we'll have 4 5-minute pitches, each of those pitches followed by 5 minutes of question and answer. So at any time, add your questions to the comments, and we'll make sure that the pitch presenters receive those. We'll intermixed in there, we'll have some announcements and some updates. And then at the end, we'll have voting for your favorite pitch of the night. So now I want to introduce you to our MC. She's a founding member of TCNewTech, and she's been our MC on and off for the last 5 years from the very beginning. Lisa Baker Lawrence is a business consultant for Access Point, and we love having her help us out with this every month, plus all the support that she gives us in other ways too. So Lisa is our MC for this evening. Welcome, Lisa. And
hello, Happy New Year.
Thank you, same to you. And I will let you take it over from here.
Okay, excellent. Happy New Year, everybody. On behalf of myself and Access Point, we are really proud to support TCNewTech, and I want to welcome everybody here tonight. So let's get started. So our mission is obviously to bring a community of tech enthusiasts together. This is a nonprofit organization, so we do rely on the support of our members as well as our sponsors to keep this show on the road. So if you would like to become a member, we would highly encourage you to do that. And if you'd like to touch base with anybody during this program, you can comment, you can connect on our website or on social media. So becoming a member is $20. So you do have a really nice swag for you if you decide to become a part of this program. Events will all continue to be free of charge, even when and if, or I should say when, let's be optimistic in the new year, we get back together live in person. You can always show up and attend, but we do, again, rely very heavily on member support and sponsor support, which we'll talk about here shortly. So we encourage you to be part of that conversation. And we have a very exciting public announcement this afternoon or this evening. Madison Vomastic is a graduate of Traverse City West High School and has gone on to get her BFA degree from the USC Kaufman School of Dance. And beginning of 2020, she earned a spot as a cast member on the new West Side Story on Broadway. And she's been doing quite a bit of things, but I'll let her tell you a little bit about what she has to share with us this evening. Hi, Madison.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, hi, my name is Madison Vomastic. I am currently residing in New York City. I'm a professional dancer. But yes, I was born and raised in Traverse City, Michigan, which is why I'm going to be sharing about my idea for Up North Dance Initiative, which encompasses both the Traverse City Dance Festival and the Artist in Residence space. The mission of the project is to bring professional dance, inclusive of various styles and cultures, to Traverse City as a means of community building and visibility for dance. Up North Dance Initiative encompasses both the Traverse City Dance Festival and the Artist in Residence space. The Artist in Residence space prioritizes the creation behind dance making and practices, while the Dance Festival gives the opportunity to share dance with the public. The philosophy and values of the project is of key importance that the Up North Dance Initiative harnesses the intersection of many artistic mediums, while also immersing and supporting the local community. Up North Dance Initiative prioritizes inclusivity, diversity, equity, and discernment. While UDI aims to visibilize professional dance companies and dancers, there is an equal desire to create a platform for pre-professionals, emerging artists, and students. The vision of Up North Dance Initiative is to become a hub for dance sharing and making while supporting the community of Traverse City through local collaboration. Some collaboration and community outreach ideas include Dance Arts Academy and Interlochen Arts Center right in our home, our local theaters, Deno's Museum, Old Town Playhouse, and the Opera House to be able to share dance in those spaces. The Tart Trails and local bike shop to provide artists in residence with sustainable ways to get around the city. And on the theme of sustainability, support our local farmers by including a CSA farm sharing by them for the artists in residence. And lastly, I envision this space as a multidisciplinary space where the community can come together, whether that's for fitness, spiritual, schooling, for the elderly. This space is functional and it's for community connection. So my goals and milestones for this project is to establish a board of directors, fundraise, and incorporate as a 501c3. So in conclusion, thank you to Jennifer Zunko and to you, Lisa, as well, and to TCNewTech for allowing me to share my idea. I acknowledge that it is less technology focused, but I believe Up North Dance Initiative has the potential to transform and diversify the culture of Traverse City. I believe that furthering dance's presence in this community would not only elevate the ways in which we engage with one another, but also and lastly, we need more things to do outside. So bringing dance outside, a dance festival would be a great way to do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I think that's my time. Yes.
Thank you very much, Madison. We do appreciate it. We look forward to hearing more about the Up North Dance Initiative as time goes on. And stay safe in New York, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for the update. Moving forward in the presentation this evening, we want to say a really big shout out to RJG. They are headquartered here in Traverse City and have been a longtime supporter of Traverse TCNewTech, and tonight they are going to support us even more with a $500 prize for the pitch winner this evening. So thank you, RJG and team. Moving right along, we're going to get into our some of our sponsors, and obviously we can't do this without sponsor support. So Sarah has been part of TCNewTech for some time, and she represents Michigan Broadband Services. They bring fiber internet connection to homes and workplaces. Some of those businesses that they serve are listed on the screen here, and they are wonderful sponsors and supporters of TCNewTech. So as we mentioned a moment ago, with a $500 cash prize presented by RJG, we will be asking for you to participate. So keep your cell phone close. We're going to use a texting mechanism to vote for your favorite pitch presenter. We will be announcing during each pitch how to recognize or how to vote for that particular pitch, but all the votes will happen at the end. So stand by, we'll give you directions again. And we're going to get right into our first presentation with Nicolo and Modus. Nicolo, welcome to TCNewTech.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. Nice to meet you all and Happy New Year. So I'm just going to share my screen. So can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so happy to present Modus to you guys. I am Nicolo and I'm the CEO of Modus. So starting from the bigger problem that generally happens when it comes to fitness, a lot of people, they actually start with a lot of motivation. They try to build the habit of practice fitness, but over time, they're not really consistent with the fitness routine. And this is explained as a general statement by 4 sub-problems. The first problem is related to the key focus and the key success factors when it comes to practice fitness and become actually the best fit version of ourselves is the habit building process. So again, people really struggle on this middle step. When it comes to fitness, we always look for buddies because buddies motivate us. If we go for a gym membership, we start practicing and going with friends. But if friends they're not coming, on the next sessions, we most likely are going to be churned out. Then there is a little bit of low guidance when it comes to personal trainers. So when we schedule one-on-one training, for instance, in yoga, we might get really good at some specific yoga dialects, but we not gonna get the entire yoga library because one instructor might be very good at one dialect but not really good at other dialects. And obviously because of COVID, the way we practice fitness has changed a lot. So a lot of people are forced to actually practice online. But when it comes to practice online, that is just passive experience, a one-way experience that makes things a little bit more difficult, especially if you are beginners. So the Modus goal is basically divided in 2 sides. The first side, which is the near term, is actually helping people build habits to make sure that they ultimately are consistent with their fitness routines. And doing this is actually achieved by making fitness a little bit more accessible and fun, especially during these crazy times with COVID. So yeah, the long-term vision will be helping people stick with their fitness routine by building habits and making fitness more accessible and fun. So what we provide as a company is actually a combination of 3 major things. The first one is the accuracy, performance, real-time feedback. While you practice from a YouTube video, you might not get an idea of how you're performing or how you're making a pose or a movement, whether you're doing a yoga pose or you're just doing some functional training. We'll let you know how you're performing over time so that you can better track your stats and you're actually more pumped to improve them over time. And then a linkage between instructors, friend, and community. They kind of like make the network effect, and they lock you in as a user because you're just more pumped to have to come back to the session with friends and instructors. This is what the experience looks like, the demo of a user who was just performing on the beta product. So as you guys can see, our algorithm lets you know how accurate you're performing. So it gives you basically 2 layers of instruction. The first one is the visual one, and the second one is a numerical value that changes from 0 to 100. Basically, the algorithm is calculating the delta in the accuracy from this pose, which is 100% accurate, and this pose, which has been on real-time tracked and numerically valued. So yeah, as I said before, we strive to make the Modus as a community. So we help people keep track of their stats. We also link people together through a leaderboard. And again, that's just because, as we said before, we are most likely more engaged and more pumped to come back to the fitness journey if we have other people and friends doing the same at the same time. Modus is from a business level perspective. Modus is a marketplace, so we are actually starting from yoga as the very first activity, and we basically open up the platform to fitness creators such as yoga teachers that they're actually joining our product, producing content, and plugging in our algorithm in their video-based content, online content. So this is an example of our live instructor Jen, who's actually promoting us to their audiences, in this case on Instagram. So basically the distribution model is powered by the relationship that exists between one instructor and the audience that instructor has on social media, whether it is online actually or also offline. And we formed the team in January 2020, so 1 year ago. We'll launch the very first MVP that I showed you before in May. In September, we boarded 30 instructors, and right now we have officially we're officially live with 2 of them. So we're keeping the foot on the gas, and we've actually launched in October 2020 the first version of our MVP. And now we're scaling, improving engineering product at the same time. What is in the long term though is basically we are, as I said, we're vertical on yoga, but we want to make sure that we make the session experience as magical as possible, fine tuning what's been done so far, pump on the partner growth, so enroll more instructors to actually generate the scalability power of the marketplace, expanding the use case though in the next few months by adding a new activity, because the algorithm is obviously flexible to enroll new activities such as Pilates, Tai Chi, or even boxing if you want. We just need to understand a little bit more what's our use case for the next activity, and then obviously do blitz scaling, so enroll more instructors, making the platform as a self-serve platform where instructors are just signing up and they're not being reached out by us. This is what currently our instructors are saying about Modus. One thing that they have in common is that they can guide their audiences just without their physical presence, and this is very crucial for them, because they kind of like want to bring the audience, the community together, and they want to use that engagement that is necessary to keep people closer together, but most likely keep people coming back to their content. A lot of instructors are producing content online, which makes a lot of headaches for them to retain their followers. This is our team: myself, the co-founder and CEO and COO. The CEO is Harsh, who's been a product manager at Punch, a social gaming app. And then Rob, who's been quite few years in the industry, and now currently is a senior software architect at Microsoft. And then Tyler, who is a senior software engineer at Instagram. We're looking to raise 500K. That's our ask for a runway of 18 months to scale technology from a server's perspective, mostly scaling partnership, leveraging advertisements on Instagram and other social media platforms, especially from an instructor perspective, and then obviously improving product, which should make the session experience as engaging and as possible. I'm sure you guys have seen the launch of Apple Fitness Plus, the acquisition of Precor by Peloton, and all the industry is actually moving towards that engagement, which is necessary to keep people on their journey. So that's basically about Modus today. So thanks for listening, and I'm happy to answer questions.
Wonderful. Thank you. So we have just a couple minutes left here to answer any questions. So if you have a question, you haven't put it in the comment box, do so now. And it gives just a second for a couple of our platforms to catch up. So Nicola, while that's happening, is there a commonly asked question that you might want to answer for the audience while we've got time, while we're waiting?
I'm not sure what you mean by commonly asked questions.
Like a question that most people ask you after you present Modus.
Okay, they just asked me, why did you start this company?
Sure.
Yeah, I started this company because I was actually practicing some tennis with my friend, and every time after the game I used to have back problems. So the next day I was like, okay, maybe I want to do some yoga to just get a little bit more flexible. But then, my YouTube practice was making things even worse because I wasn't sure how I was making the movements. And I was also feeling that the video experience was a little bit plain, didn't really give me that engagement that I was looking for. So yeah, those two things, they made me think about how can I build something that can help people learn the right way while also having fun.
Great. Perfect. So Jessica would like to know, what is your biggest selling point for folks who are already creating and consuming this kind of content on YouTube?
Yeah, thanks for asking the question. So from a creation perspective, I assume you're talking from an instructor or teacher perspective. They are already using many platforms, and one, actually the live instructor that we have right now, she has her own YouTube channel. So we're not we're the real value of Modus is having another source of potential branding exposure and also monetization, given the algorithms or the advanced technology that we use. First of all, that is a selling point for their audiences, for the audience, especially for the beginner segment. So those people that are looking for the guidance. And then the second thing is, with running analytics and having an instructor dashboard for themselves to check, we can let them know what's the type of content that the audience is mostly consuming and appreciating. So yeah, I would say that for the instructor is both these two things. And then from the user perspective, again, if I'm a beginner and I want to get into yoga, but I don't want to pay necessarily someone, I cannot go to a studio because of COVID. I want to look for something that tells me how accurate I'm performing. I'm basically looking for the thing that helps me get started. So yeah, these are the biggest selling points.
Got a couple of questions that have come in that are similar in nature, and it's around asking for you to elaborate on your revenue model.
Yeah, so we are a marketplace. We basically set monthly subscription. So the followers of the instructor that they want to access their favorite instructor content on Modus, they pay a subscription fee. And then we take 30% out of the user subscription. So if the instructor is setting $10 a month, the instructor takes $7 and we take $3. So the instructor doesn't have any upfront cost, which especially, as we are starting right now, makes things easier for them to join because they don't have to make that initial investment. And then Bradley is asking me about devices. So for now, we are live on desktop. So we don't have a mobile platform yet. And that's just because people are staying at home and we have the bigger screen. It makes it easier for people to practice and see their movements. But yeah, we also plan to have the mobile experience. Yeah, so we are not storing basically the data of the consumer. They're not being stored. We have the the consensus that we are asking from during the onboarding from the users. So yeah, that's the question that I'm getting from Jamian. And then best way to reach you about Modus. Yeah, you can contact me on LinkedIn. Maybe I'll send you the link offline or even here if I can reach out to you here.
Yes.
I was just answering to Jennifer.
Yeah, we can post your link as well, or if you are on Facebook, you can
Maybe
post it
I
there.
can post it on the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Nicolo, thank you very much for joining us today from across the pond at TCNewTech. We appreciate it. Happy New Year to you, and we'll look forward to learning more about Modus. And if you want to stick around, we're going to be voting at the end. So those of you that want to vote for Modus, just hang tight, and we'll revisit everybody towards the end of the program. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving right along. So we have some supporting sponsors that we want to recognize. Susan and her team over at State Farm on 8th Street in Traverse City have been fantastic supporters of TCNewTech for free quotes and free coffee. Our SCORE representatives are wonderful to connect with and mentors in all shapes and modalities for business and startups. Northern Michigan Angels, again, a huge support, a great connector if you're looking for to raise money. The Nielsen Family Foundation has been a wonderful supporter for some time now as well. Thank you to the Nielsen family. And our next presenter is Ashley with Rizar. Ashley, welcome to TCNewTech.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm going to share my screen. Actually, okay, can you see my screen?
I can see like a lot of screens. There we go. That looks right.
Perfect.
Yep. Great.
Hi, everyone. It's great to connect with you today. My name is Ashley, and I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Rizar. We're connecting brands with younger generations. So it used to be that every brand would create one high-quality ad that would play on television for months or be published in the newspaper and be able to connect to audiences in that media format. But things have changed, especially now with COVID-19. Essentially now every company has become a media company in some way. And that means that they need articles, videos, podcasts, and photos, and more in order to reach their audiences. And this content is not only needing to be relevant to reaching their audiences, but it also really needs to be engaging in order to make sure that their message is effective and that they're able to grab customers and also engage them in the manner that really speaks to their brand. But in many cases now, especially when it comes to reaching millennial and Gen Zers, it's also really challenging for brands. And that's because millennial and Gen Zers are a different type of audience and a different type of breed. Many times brands will try to create one high quality ad that will do well, but often that another ad might be lackluster. So they're constantly trying to spend advertising dollars in order to create content that reaches the audiences. And it's especially challenging for them and making sure that they're reaching market share, getting their customer loyalty, and also really explaining their brand in a way that is meaningful to these generations. So that's where my company, Rizar, comes in. Rizar is helping brands to reach younger generations by creating a high flow of quality content that allows them to reach these generations in an authentic way. We have content creators who basically speak on behalf of the brand from all over the world. And that way they're able to target these audiences directly in an authentic way that really speaks to their products, services, and the offerings that they have. And this is how Rizar works. Brands engage with Rizar in order to reach these millennial and Gen Z audiences. We offer them content a la carte or through a variety of subscription packages. And essentially, they're able to choose millennial and Gen Zers to work with in order to create this content. Once the content creators are selected, they're also given guidelines as to the specificities of the campaign or the content that the brand needs. Once they're completed, they then submit that back to Rizar, and Rizar delivers it to the brand. It's really that simple. And what our main focus is on is being able to work with brands as they need us or when they need us. Basically going from a la carte or from subscription packages every month or even daily. We're offering them photos, articles, posts, social posts, podcasts, and videos in order for them to be able to reach their audiences, especially now with COVID, how everything is really online. And for our content creators, we have over 5,000 of them who deliver content at scale. And it's a great opportunity for them to not only be able to work with brands and also build their portfolio, but they also get paid to do what they love. We split the content revenue that we receive with them between 40 to 50% so that they're able to also do what they love doing. And in terms of the competitive landscape, what we found is that really there are only so many options right now for brands to be able to get quality content that is of high consistency. And so we're really trying to fill a niche area of not only reaching millennial and Gen Zers, but also being effective in terms of being able to help with managing those content creators and also the flow of content that they're able to receive. We're creating some proprietary technologies as well that would help with analyzing the content for the needs that really specify towards reaching millennial and Gen Zers. And in terms of the market opportunity, so our main focus is right now reaching Fortune 500 companies or large advertising agencies. And as we continue to scale and grow with our software as a service, content as a service platform, I should say, then we plan to expand with reaching medium-sized businesses and ultimately even more small businesses and startups as well. And this is the team behind it. My background is I actually used to be a journalist for a number of years. So I really understand what it takes to create content at scale and of quality. We also have different team members with experiences in technology and also AI and machine learning that's really going to help us with building the technology that we need to really scale our platform. So thank you so much for the opportunity to share Razar with you. And in terms of, I should also say, in terms of our go-to market strategy, we're also using a lot of our content creators, strategic partners with different organizations that we work with, and also our advisory board that we also have in order to gain partnerships and also to expand and reaching a wider audience. So thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you. You're welcome to leave that on the screen if you'd like. I know that they move. There we go. You move screens around a little bit, but we're excited to hear from you and Razar today. There are some questions coming through. So if you're watching, feel free to post your comments or questions in the comment section on Facebook and on YouTube. So while those come through, I always like to ask, Ashley, what is the most commonly asked question or something that you'd like for our audience to know that you maybe didn't cover in your presentation?
I think to share, I think a lot of times we'll have questions around like the building of the company, and a lot of the focus right now has been doing things manually in order to understand what's needed as we build out our technology in the next phase of Razar. And so that has really helped us to understand what it takes to really be able to manage the content creators and like the content coming in, as well as to effectively deliver to the brands. And also another thing is how we do vet the content creators through a process, and we're also building out technology that will help us with that as we continue to scale the platform. Yeah, so those are a couple of things related to the technology build and how we just plan to scale.
Sounds good. Okay, well, we'll sit here and we'll wait for a couple questions to come in. Where are you located?
We're actually in Detroit.
Oh, okay. So you're a Michigan company, but it looks like you're able to allow people to work with you from all over.
Yeah, we do. We do have content creators from all over the world, and we also have team members in Los Angeles as well.
Okay, great. I see a question pop in here. Great presentation, very interesting space. Are you looking for investment? Is there an ask or a need?
We actually are in the process of closing our round right now, but we're always interested in connecting with investors for future opportunities.
How many freelancers do you have under contract currently?
We have just a little bit over 5,500.
And I'm sure you can read those there, but I'll read them for you as well. What is your revenue model?
Yes, it's content as a service, so subscription-based, either a la carte or focusing on monthly or daily subscriptions.
So we sit in awkward silence. So it looks like with that sort of a sizable team that you've been doing this a little while. We really appreciate you taking the time to come forward, and we hope that you can use this platform to continue to grow your company. If there's any other questions that want to pop through, go for it. And I know that Ashley will be watching as well on the social media to be able to respond to you, or you can always reach out to her at her contact information here. Last question, and how do you do a daily subscription?
Usually through understanding what the brand's needs are in terms and like their messaging specifications around that. So we look at that, and each content piece has a different pricing. And so from that, we modify based off of what the pricing of the subscription package and what content that they're looking to have.
Great. Oh, and there's another question. How do you keep content unique to each client?
Really making sure that it is focused on, the specificities of what the brand's needs are and also their values. We go through a format with them around understanding more of their history and their branding, and that helps us then to put in place different unique content that goes with that, really. We really haven't had any issues around the uniqueness of it in that way.
Do you have any financial numbers you're willing to share or revenue to date?
Not publicly, but you can definitely contact me regarding.
Okay. Is the content just in English?
We also right now translate on the site, and we'll be building that out further.
Great question. Okay, so I was fibbing when I said that was the last question. We had like 4 pop through, so we are on a little bit of a delay, so we appreciate everybody's patience. We do still have another minute, so would you like to analyze and generate a proposal for providing content for the TCNewTech audience? There's an ask.
Your guidance contacted me, sure. Thank you.
Yes, and what is the vetting process for the content creators?
Yeah, a lot of it has to do, we have really 2 sides. One is the college network, and where we go through a process with our college students of having them apply, submit content pieces, and also their resume, previous experiences that they have. And also, as you can see with the site, there is basically like a content play tour where people are able to submit content. So for those who are not a part of like the college network, but a more young professional or building their brand and their career, they're able to start posting on Razar. And then once we see their content, how it performs, or to how great they are at creating content, we then ask them if they would like to go into our marketplace in which they can work with brands.
Got it. Great. Very good. Well, I'll go ahead and say thank you again for being here. Please stick around to the end, Ashley. And for those of you wanting to vote for Razar today, please hang tight. We will give you the text number to vote for Razar here at the end of the program. Moving on to our next presenter. We have Janine Thomas coming on.
Hi.
Yes, we do. Hello there.
Hello. I'm just going to go ahead and share my deck.
Great. So Janine is here with Yasan, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Great.
Yep. And can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So like Lisa said, my name is Janine Thomas, and I am the founder and CEO of Yasan. And just in case you're wondering, where does Yasan come from? It's actually the middle name of my niece. Her and I used to love making jewelry together, and which brings me to Yasan. So one thing I know for sure is safety isn't sexy or stylish. And I'm sure many of us women have been in a situation where we felt unsafe. 2 incidents made me evaluate safety. First, my mom fell, hit her head, and was conscious, but could not get to the phone. Second, my friend was followed to her car, but while panicking, she couldn't get to her phone. Yasan is a modern jewelry collection with hidden SOS technology, and we provide a fashionable approach to safety across all generations. Our discreet technology called the heart can be temporarily attached to any of our jewelry items by sliding the heart into the back of one of our rings, necklaces, or bracelets, offering daily variety. So when you're in an emergency, you press the heart firmly 3 times. So the button is behind the jury, and you press the button 3 times firmly, and there will be a long vibration. And an alert will be sent from our companion app to your pre-selected contacts that includes your GPS and a way to begin communication. Increasing concerns for women and children's safety are key factors for the staggering growth in this market. Our competitors, they're bulky, they're not discreet, they're expensive, and provide limited options. As the only fashionable, interchangeable SOS technology, Yasan will be there when it really matters. And family and friends will no longer have to worry about those what if situations like, I don't know, like for example, if I would have kept going out the door when I happened to turn around and see that my mom had fallen. And those type of situations is what weighs on you when you're out and about as a woman. And every minute in those type of situations are critical. With revenue coming from the sale of the heart, the jury, and the service provided by the companion app, we predict breaking even in our first year and establishing new versions of the heart, adding additional jury options, and expanding into new target markets. We predict by year 5, over $3 million in gross revenue. In addition to my 15 plus years of experience in fashion design and business management, I also have spent years working with women and children who have been victims of violence. And I hate to be a machine on repeat, but every minute matters. And this is why Yasan is so important. Throughout the development and strategic planning of Yasan, I've worked with a variety of organizations that I'm confident about our expertise and ability to push Yasan forward while managing both the design and business side. Now, we have already completed a significant amount of work in terms of design, prototyping, material sourcing through the support of our team and highly qualified providers already in place. This will allow us to use the $500 that we are seeking right now to accomplish quite our final step. And our final step that we want to complete right now is a month of our products in the field as in use. So it's basically like a field test or what people will sometimes call focus groups that will ensure the device conforms to our defined needs and its intended uses. And really, we just, in these days and age, we couldn't test safety more than we try. So we just will continue to keep testing before we launch. With 71% of women concerned for their safety on a day-to-day basis, the $500 that we are seeking right now will give women a quicker and more discreet way to call for help. So let's make safety sexy. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we are getting to that Q&A section with anybody has a question for Janine with Yasan. Janine, thank you for sharing your story, and I love how you've used technology and art and safety and kind of blended it all together. That's what innovation is all about. So well done with that. We had a comment come in already that said, love it, Janine. So no question, but a nice compliment. So while those come through, is there a commonly asked question that you'd like the audience to know that you could answer for us?
Yes, thank you. So people are usually interested in the price range for the product. And one of the things that's really a big difference between myself and competitors is the affordability. Right now, there are items out there that is one item, one selection for $500. And for Yasan, if you purchase the heart is $45, and then our jewelry ranges anywhere between $15 to $30 for your standard jewelry items.
Great, good to know. So you do have a question that has come in, and they would like to know how accurate is your technology, and they're mentioning transmission signals, etc.
So it's very accurate. So we use standard GPS systems through Bluetooth. And so you do have to have your phone powered on, right? Because it communicates through the app. But your phone has to only be within 100 feet of you in order to activate an alert. And so within that 100 feet is a signal that will be sent out to your network.
Okay. So if you have a question, go ahead and comment either on Facebook or YouTube. If we do miss your question, know that Janine will be visiting these platforms and responding, and you can also contact her at the information that she provided. Is there a website, Janine?
Yep, it is iholdthepower.com.
iholdthepower.com if you would like to visit her website for more information. We will be providing a voting opportunity at the end of the program. So we still have another presentation, but if you'd like to vote for Yusan, you can use code CC and we will give you the text number here very soon. So it looks like you did a good job being very thorough.
Thank
We
you.
did just post your website for the viewers on our social media. So iholdthepower.com, and stay tuned to the end of the program if you'd like to vote for Janine and Yasan. Thank you so much for being at TCNewTech tonight.
Thank you.
So we have a quick update from Carrie with 20 Fathoms, the program manager. And so we'll go ahead and get that started for you here tonight.
Hi everyone, this is Carrie Emlett with 20 Fathoms. We are Traverse City's tech startup incubator and co-working space. This month, we're excited to announce some new programming for tech professionals. Developers will find new courses through our TC Codes program, and cybersecurity professionals will find courses through our TC Cyber program. All courses begin at the end of this month and offer a mix of live workshops and work group meetings. They will be taught by local tech leaders via Zoom. You have the choice of 4 tracks. The Cyber Ops Associate track is for people seeking entry-level security analyst skills. At the end of the program, you'll be prepared to earn the Cisco Certified Cyber Ops Associate certification, which is a new perk for us. The front-end dev track is for people with basic coding experience who want to learn more about building a front-end web app. The back-end track is for experienced developers looking to expand their full-stack dev skills. And lastly, the new dev track provides coaching opportunities for developers in the first 2 years of their career. So get all the details at our Eventbrite page, linked from our website. Also, to learn more, attend our January 27th kickoff event, where you can hear from instructors and get your questions answered. Finally, if you need a safe place to work this year, check out our co-working space in Traverse City. Membership opportunities are available and details are on our website. Thanks, everyone. Have a great month.
Fantastic. So moving right into our last presentation of the evening with Brady. He's going to be talking about Bonfire Live.
Hi.
Hello.
Share my screen real quick.
Okay.
Let me know when you can see.
Okay. 1 moment. Okay.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for having us. My name is Rithi, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Bonfire Live, where we are sparking virtual connections with local artists. As a result of the pandemic, live entertainment has completely shut down. 62% of local independent artists filed for unemployment, and the collective income loss exceeded $50 billion in 2020 itself. As a result, local independent artists are pivoting to online solutions to help with monetization. But the issue today is that existing solutions are costly, they're fragmented, and they're time-consuming. So when an artist is looking to put on a virtual show, they'll typically use a combination of various tools and solutions. They'll use a traditional ticketing provider, such as an Eventbrite. They'll use a live stream provider, such as a Zoom or a Facebook Live. And then they'll use marketing tools to create the materials and promote it. But all of these platforms were developed from a supplier point of view. At Bonfire, we put the artist at the forefront and wanted to build a unique platform that addressed all of their needs. So what is Bonfire Live? Bonfire Live is a web platform where we support artists at every step of their virtual show journey, so uniquely addressing all of their pain points while building intimate moments for them to connect with their fans. We've identified that there are 4 key components that are really critical to the success of a virtual show. Starting with marketing, we create custom branded materials that are aligned with the artist's brand to increase engagement. Second, we have a back-end ticketing platform that is customizable based on the artist and lets the customer buy with one click. Third is curation. A very important step in our process is actually meeting with the artist to understand their vision and their goals and how they want to build this memorable experience for their fans so we can curate this show together. And lastly is production. All of our virtual shows are moderated and delivered by a bonfire host who makes sure that the artist's vision comes to life. So let me show you what the experience would look like if you were a viewer of one of our shows.
My name is Seamus, and I will be your host for tonight. Before we get started, I wanted to share a bit about our mission at Bonfire Live and a few house rules for tonight.
I did an escape room last year for my birthday. I did an escape room with 3 guys from Craigslist.
I have one more question for you guys. I want everyone to share what their favorite holiday song is.
So the experience you just saw is really validated by how the artists feel as well. They feel like they're joining a platform that is now a community, and they feel empowered to do virtual shows. So these are just some kind words by some of the artists we've worked with who really enjoy and come back to our platform time and again. So what is our monetization approach? So we have 2 main revenue streams. Our first is our Bonfire Events platform, which are artist-driven private shows for their audiences. We're really artist first in the sense we give 100% of the ticket revenue to the artist. How we monetize as Bonfire is we charge a 20% service fee that is passed to the customer. Second are our private bonfires, which are private bonfire curated virtual events with our artist network for corporate clients. Our average artist payout is above market, and we as Bonfire receive about 55% margin on those packages sold to corporate clients. Last is a sponsorship revenue stream, which we're starting to grow now in early 2021. So since launching the platform in May of 2020 in the heart of pandemic, in 7 months, we've achieved over $70,000 in top-line revenue. We've worked with almost 1,000 artists, and we've had almost 6,000 paying viewers join globally. We've also been able to curate private bonfires for large companies such as Deloitte, Bank of America, Ernst & Young, and we have 5 in the pipeline for this quarter, actually, of 2021. So what is next, you may be asking? As a quick recap, for the last 7 months, we really focused on validating our platform, understanding the artist's needs, and how we can uniquely meet it when it comes to a virtual show. What's next in the roadmap is to build a self-service platform that will enable scale and growth. What we've identified, there's increased show demand, but we need a new platform that will enable that scale. Second, we're going to be building a digital marketing strategy and investing in building partnerships with key organizations in the virtual entertainment space and growing our sponsorship revenue stream. And lastly, we're going to be focused on scaling the platform, scaling it nationally in the US, internationally, from a tech and business standpoint. So today we're asking for $350,000 for the next 10 months so we can invest in these key strategic growth priorities. The team behind Bonfire Live is stronger than ever. We have collectively over 5 years experience in event management, consulting, engineering, accounting. We're very diverse, but we're mission-driven individuals who really want to support local artists. We've also been supported by a board of advisors since day one of launching the company, who have collectively over 15 years of experience across industries and domains. So thank you so much for hearing me out about Bonfire Live, and you hope you join us in our journey about really empowering artists to build these virtual communities so now they can build them globally and not just locally. Thank you so much, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So we will wait for a couple of questions to come in. So those of you that are watching on Facebook or YouTube or another platform, go ahead and enter your questions now. And I'll ask you the same question that I've asked the other presenters. Is if there is a question that is frequently asked that maybe you'd like to answer for the audience tonight to get us started.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people ask kind of like, what are the main pain points an artist struggles with when going from an in-person to a virtual show? It really comes down to how you curate an event to make it intimate and engaging. And I think a lot of artists, before the pandemic, were used to just performing, but now they're actually at a point where they have to organize the show on their own, which is really daunting, and understanding the technology setup, thinking about how you actually build audience engagement. So we help artists with all of these things because it is a lot of stress on them when it comes to understanding the whole virtual era first, and then also figuring out how you engage with your fans in this completely new world we're living in today.
So you're getting several compliments, and there is a question. Do you have a plan for folding in visual artists?
Yes, so we're going to be focusing on that this year. Like for the last 7 months, we've been really focused on bringing on local independent artists, the right talent to the platform, such as comedy and music artists, but plan on focusing on that in this year.
What else do you do to enhance the overall experience?
Yeah, so in addition to the curation and production pieces, we really help the artists with bringing the latest and best audio technology applications to the forefront. One example is we have a partnership with an audio-based company, and they have an app that helps musicians increase audio quality just through their app. So we're always finding new ways that we can help the artists enhance their overall delivery of their show, because that is extremely important to our musicians.
Jessica says, a great idea. What is the outlook for customers post-pandemic, and how do you see people using virtual shows when they can do it in person?
Yeah, so that's something as a team we've been thinking about. So post-pandemic, we've actually seen a lot of positive signs from first our artists. 67% of artists we surveyed on our platform want to continue to do so post-pandemic because it's giving them a bigger reach than they could before. The second piece is on our viewers. We've seen 70% actually say they want to come back to virtual shows even when live events return, because it's giving them the flexibility. And something as well we're going to be focused on is hybrid events. So as you saw in the clip, we've done one hybrid event, and it was a really good success rate where we had in-person audience, and it was streaming to a virtual audience globally as well.
Excellent. Dave would like to know, are there any plans on collaborating with concert promoters, talent agencies, and music labels?
Yeah, so we're actively looking into how we can continue to increase our artists, the number of artists we're bringing on the platform. So we're looking into these type of partnerships. We're bringing in, those artists that fit our image of like a persona of a local independent artist, and also expanding our reach. So we're continuing to grow globally as well.
Great. I think you might have touched on this question a little bit, but congratulations on your remarkable success to date, Eric says. And can you comment on sustaining this growth rate?
Yeah. So right now we're in an interesting period because we're trying to build our new platform that will actually help sustain the growth. We've seen so much demand from artists and viewers, but we want to build a more holistic platform that will enable this growth. So we're going to be building a self-service platform that will be able to source Bonfire hosts from the community and then match them to artists doing virtual gigs while still maintaining the Bonfire experience. So we really believe by developing this new platform, we not only will sustain, but actually increase our growth rate.
Awesome. We'll wait and see if any other questions pop through real quick. Where did the Bonfire name come from? I'm just curious.
Oh, so me and my co-founder love bonfires, so we wanted to bring that intimate vibe online. So that was kind of how the name came up, because we were missing the feeling of a bonfire when we were stuck in our houses.
Right on. Yep. And in Northern Michigan, we can appreciate that bonfire. This is a great idea. They said, do your viewers come to multiple events, or is it artist driven?
Yeah, so it's a really great question. It was initially artist driven when we launched the platform, but we have seen a lot of our viewers who came to a music event explore comedy events or variety shows. And we're seeing a lot of movement between our viewers because they like the whole community aspect we're building that goes beyond just one show for that artist they came to initially support.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you so much for bringing Bonfire Live to TCNewTech. Great presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
We're going to move right into our voting. So those of you that are interested in voting for any or all of the presenters tonight, we're going to give you some instructions. So grab your cell phones, and this is going to be a texting opportunity. So you can see on your screen, you're going to text your vote to 203-529-8755. And each of our presenters have been given a double letter representing their company. So you can see the AA for Modus, BB for Rizar, CC for Yasan, and DD for Bonfire Live. So you can go ahead and start texting, and in about a minute and a half, we will make the announcement of the $500 winner. Feel free to message your friends and family. They can participate in this, and you should see some live results here in just a moment. So that number is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. It is up on top as well. That's 203-529-8755.
Great job, Lisa.
Hey, thanks, Jen.
Really fun to see. There was this thread of art colliding with technology in all of our presenters tonight, and that's kind of fun to see that convergence.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Some really interesting products too that have a lot of them have come out of as a result of the pandemic. Not all of them, but there's a lot of new ideas. And if anybody out there has a new idea, we're always looking for innovators to pitch. You can apply. It's free to apply. It's a very simple application. And we encourage everybody. And look we have a winner right there.
Thank you. I'm really happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So yeah, congratulations. You did a great job, a wonderful presentation. And we will be in touch with you with regards to getting your prize, which was sponsored by RJG, a manufacturer here in Traverse City.
Great. Thank you so much for having us. We're really thrilled.
Yeah. And now for the rest of our program. Lisa, you got some excitement going on in the background there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I am at home tonight, and I wasn't sure if you could hear that. We have a pretty mean mini stick game going on in our basement. I have teenage boys. But
it's all part of the pandemic too, Hey, we got a PSA that just came in too. Let's first thank our in-kind sponsors, but also Bradley Matson says, the Northern Michigan Angels are continually looking for local and regional founders with companies seeking investment capital. So we always have a number of the Northern Michigan Angels in our audience. So let's, if you have an idea, you may be able to get some funding through them. So pitch it here.
Yeah, so do you want me to read the next one? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we're going off. We're going off
a little
off the radar
schedule.
Here. We're missing everybody. If you came to the live events, if you've not been to them before, we make some live announcements. So we're providing that opportunity here in the chat section. So if you're still hanging on and check it out, looks like folks are. Jessica Kane would like everyone to know that Line 45 is hiring a developer to join their remote team. Geospatial experienced is a plus. And they have a link, it looks like, but the link didn't quite come through. So if you're on YouTube, you might be able to see that. But Line 45 is looking for a developer. We do want to say thank you to our in-kind sponsors, and for anybody that has an announcement that they'd like to post there, feel free to do so. Read through the comments on Facebook, you guys, get connected with each other, and of course, join us at TCNewTech.org. If you're a job seeker or you have jobs available, including Miss Jessica, if you want to visit TCNewTech.org, we do have a job board. So True Job has been sponsoring that for quite some time, and you can post your jobs there, or you can connect with folks if you need a job. Again, thank you to Michigan Broadband Services, Sarah and her team. They have been a wonderful support for fiber internet here in our Northern Michigan area. and always a good supporter of TCNewTech. So we couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. We will look forward to seeing everybody back here February 2nd. Save the date, same place, 6 p.m. Talk to you soon. Good night.
Thanks a lot. Great job, Lisa. Great job,
Thanks, Jen.
presenters.